Stage 1 podcast. Legacy to legal. Stoop to store.
Hey.
I think I said that shit backwards. I did. Stoop to store, legacy to legal, because you know a tagline is a fucking tagline. You know what I'm saying?
Fucking nailed
And
it.
if I say it backwards,
We didn't start smoking yet, y'all.
I mean, speak for yourself. You know what I mean? I definitely smoked.
I was trying to give
clip.
you an excuse. My fault.
I definitely smoked.
You gave me the outburst.
I tried.
I don't want it. Man, oh man.
Yeah.
So we're meaning to. Well, let's just do this. Let's say Merry Piffmas,
Merry Piffmas.
Yeah.
Happy Chronica,
Happy Chronica.
and a Happy Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa.
Come on, son.
Yeah.
You know, all the holidays represented. You know what I'm saying? Smoking that loud pack for the holidays, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah. What are you smoking on? Right now, I'm smoking on the New Roots Point Break. That's what I got in my
Love it.
joint. Some bomb.
I'm gonna be bigging up New Roots a lot on this show.
Yeah.
They're the fucking shit.
Word.
My favorite weed right now, for sure.
I'm off of weed water, gelato. The weed water
I'm on,
be hitting.
I'm on the Honey Crisp.
Yeah.
Stay with the Honey Crisp. You know?
Stay with the honey crisp. That's
Stay
a
with the
fact.
Honey Crisp.
I'm on a kombucha.
Smoking on that
Just a kombucha.
Brain,
then?
brain Force.
No. You're
Brain
not
Force
putting,
Plus.
No.
No.
I'm chilling. We
All
chilling today.
right. Did
Bred
you say
by-
Rainforest Plus?
Brain Force Plus.
Brain
bred by
Force.
AJ.
Okay.
You smoked it. That lime crumble crossed with sour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's some bomb.
It's special. One of them ones.
Word. I'm smoking that.
And we
Love
dabbing
Jones.
some
Yeah,
unreleased
Love
right
Jones.
now. We're dabbing that unreleased.
We're dabbing that unreleased New Roots.
Yeah.
New Roots Gardens
I forget
dabs.
what strain it is, but it fucking reeks of GMO. Like
Yeah.
whatever this is has definitely dominant GMO genetics because this thing reeks like garlic. Smell that. I swear to God.
Oh, yeah. That's crazy.
Literally just reeks like garlic.
And it's like, yeah, it does. And it's like clear as shit. It's like super. You can't even see. It just looks black. It looks like there's nothing in it. It's because it's super clear. Yeah, that shit is crazy. The color on that is like transparent. So for a few weeks, I've been wanting to talk about disruptors, and we keep like not having a show. So we might as well just do that show today. Disruptors. I feel like Santa Claus was a disruptor. Breaking your house and fucking leave presents. That's some disruptive ass shit.
That's a fact. That is a fucking.
Because disruptors aren't always like coming in to do something and fuck shit up. They're just coming in to
Shake the
shake
system
shit
up.
and change things.
Shout out to Santa for shaking shit up.
Santa Claus shaking shit up.
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola, actually, yeah, because Coca-Cola
When they put
created
cocaine
Santa
in their
Claus.
soda?
No, when they invented Santa.
Yeah, they invented Santa. Santa Claus wasn't a thing until like Coca-Cola wasn't selling enough Cokes in the winter.
St. Nick was before that, bro.
Nah, bro.
Not the one we know with the.
Yeah, with the red outfit with the.
Maybe the modern depiction of him.
Yeah, the modern depiction of him. Yeah, and Saint Nicholas was a patron saint, but not like that came around on Christmas giving you presents and shit. That was like Christmas as a holiday was like popularized by fucking Coca-Cola, bro.
Shout out to them.
Yeah.
They also did something with the bear. To make
The
people
polar
want to
bear.
drink it in the wintertime.
In the wintertime, yeah.
It's fucking genius.
Yeah.
Besides putting cocaine in their soda, they had some other good ideas.
Because Christmas took on a life of its own and became, about the birth of Christ and shit, and then it wasn't about Coca-Cola
It
anymore.
was about spend your money, peoples.
It's
Go
definitely
out
about
and
spend
buy
your
a
money.
bunch of shit so we can finish out the year strong and get ready for next year. They just want to motherfuckers out there.
They want people spending money. Absolutely. Capitalism, bro.
Same with the bears and the engagement ring
Yep.
story.
Yeah.
Like they made the engagement ring important.
Right.
Diamond important.
Hallmark.
See,
Made
both,
Valentine's Day.
both disruptors, right? Coca-Cola being a disruptor, creating, and then De Beers disrupting the whole diamond industry and making it a thing, saying you gotta spend a month's salary on an engagement ring. It's
craziness.
Like
Craziness.
fuck your bills.
Fuck everything. No. Fuck all that.
Oh, and don't forget your $50,000 wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or,
Well, they said that the father of the bride's supposed to pay for that, though.
Yeah,
so
okay.
That's the. I don't know who says that.
My dad wasn't paying for shit.
I don't know
Let
who
me tell you
says that.
Nah, he helped my sister out a little bit, but I mean, fuck.
No, but who made that rule up? Like, who is the overseer of wedding fucking money exchanging hands? Like, all right, there's a wedding, the father of the bride has to pay for, because they had to pay a tithe. Is that like go back to like ancient times where they were paying?
The groom's parents was broke. That's what happened.
Nah,
They're
nah,
like,
like-
the
shit like, yo,
the
you
bride
broke
that has
ass
to-
like what it was.
You gonna let that boy pay for your daughter's wedding?
Nah. What it was is that back in the day, you were like selling your daughter. So to like this man, you giving her to this man, and this man had to take care of her and all that, and then you had to need a couple goats for that, for all that.
Need some goats for that.
Nah, that was
good.
for real though.
Right.
Like read the fucking Bible. That shit was in the Bible like that, bro. Like, nah, but seriously, like.
Wow.
So is that why that's just the tradition carried on from
But-
there? Like the father of the bride got to pay for the wedding.
Gotta pay
But do you
for the
think when they
goats.
put that in the Bible that they were having diamond
I just
rings
think
and
cultural. No, I just think culturally,
That's where it went.
that's what it was then, and now where it is now is the father of the bride has to pay for the wedding instead of that's the tithe that they pay.
shit? Right.
That's instead of like two goats or whatever.
Right.
Damn. Bring back
Is
the
that-
2 goat thing, because that's much cheaper.
What?
That's tough, right?
That don't get to happen in a lot of communities at all.
Right.
Not the father there to be able to.
To be out, yeah, right.
shit.
So who invented that?
I have no idea. I gotta look that up.
Yeah, so see, another disruptor. That's all I'm trying to say. Disruptor
I feel
shit.
you like-
Disrupting my motherfucking pockets.
Yeah, you got a daughter, bro.
I
I
got
got
a
3
daughter,
sons.
man.
I got 3 sons.
That's the thing.
boy.
I'm gonna do it either way, though. Like, I'm doing it either way. Take it
Right.
off. Big disruptor. I don't know if any into it, but Bitcoin hit
109,000.
this year.
I got a story for you. I once had 16 and a half Bitcoins.
What?
in my account.
Oh, you're wilding.
Dude,
What'd you do with them?
Why,
Why say
everyone
one?
says this. Why didn't you hold them? Why didn't you hold them? Because the only purpose they had at the time was to buy drugs online.
Right.
It was the only purpose.
Did you talk
So
about that
what
a little
happened
bit?
was I logged into Silk Road one day. Silk Road was the biggest drug. It was the first too.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
the first drug marketplace, and this is a long time ago. Let me mind. This is like 10 years ago. I used to get MDMA off of there. That's how I used to be on the rave scene. That's where I made my money. So used to get that from the Silk Road using Bitcoin. I log in one day, FBI sees Silk Road.
Right.
I'm like, holy shit, I got about 16 Bitcoin in my account. I'm fucking shaking because what logically is going to happen? Like, Bitcoin's initial value was kind of built on these drug markets. That's what gave it its original value. So in my brain, it's like, this thing's going to crash. And it did dip just a little. I thought I
What
got
year was
out.
this? What year was this?
I would say 12 or 13
12.
probably.
You know, it's crazy.
100,000 range, like
What's up?
around the $500,000 range.
It was cheaper than that even. Yeah. And I thought I made out. I was like, fuck yeah, I got him out before it tanked, you know what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
Well, I didn't realize that Silk Road ended up being in every fucking news article. And in these news articles, they're also talking about Bitcoin. And it just started taking off from there. It's just slowly. Then it would go up and crash. So there was never a point where I'm like, oh, this is a for sure thing to get back onto, because it would always crash again, you know what I'm saying? And I had other ways to make money that were more, quicker. So it wasn't like, oh, buy some fucking Bitcoin. People are always like, oh, why didn't you save it? Like, dude, nobody could have foreseen it. Like, when I had all those coins, the the temperature of the room was like, this shit's gonna crash. You know what I'm saying? Because
when the first thing I heard about Bitcoin was on fucking NPR, probably around the same time, and they were talking about motherfuckers able to keep track of the fish they caught on the blockchain. Because in like China, there's like this deep sea fishing market, and then these fishermen would catch these loads and then pass them on to larger dealers who would sell their shit out to markets while they went back and did more fishing. And to keep track of that load, they were using the blockchain technology and Bitcoin to do that shit. But if you think about it, like, you were fucking selling drugs with Bitcoin, and then I was learning about Bitcoin on some like fish market shit. Like, if you knew back then, making those connections, you know Bitcoin's going crazy, bro. Bitcoin is going fucking... I didn't buy any Bitcoin back then, so I'm not trying to say that I'm some fucking mastermind or anything, or that you did the wrong thing selling your 16 Bitcoin, because who knows? I didn't even buy fucking 16 Bitcoin. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that shit...
1.6 million.
That's a lot.
I don't even get mad about it anymore. It's been so long.
I got
I used to get salty though. I'd see this shit just...
Fuck.
They're disrupting.
Yeah.
Would you, like, once because it's gonna keep, at this point, the gas ETFs
I think it is.
Stuff like that, would you ever consider, as a company, accepting Bitcoin as a payment for cannabis in store or something like that?
I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think selling drugs and crypto go hand in motherfucking hand, baby.
For now, I would. I don't know about forever. I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
Another disruptor.
Yeah.
It's fucking, which we've talked about before, is AI.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's gonna stop it.
Shit. Whoops.
No, it's going.
Is it?
Oh wait, no. Hit it twice. There we go.
So that's fucking tastes delicious. So fucking AI, Google just created this new chip that they announced or whatever that they've been working on, that was like able to solve, called like the Willow or something like that. It was able to solve a quantum chip. I was able to solve something that a regular silicon chip would take fucking trillions of years to solve, an equation that would take trillions of years to solve, like in 15 minutes. And they were able to, there were a few things that they said about it. One was that it gets better and more accurate when you stack more of the chips on top of each other. And that, with other chips, I guess it doesn't do that. It, like, you lose efficiency the more you stack. So this way you gaining the efficiency makes it seem like insane. And then another thing that they said about it, which was wild as fuck, what brings me to why it is a disruptor for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in particular, is because if it can solve an equation that it would take silicon chips trillions of years to solve in 15 minutes, how long before it learns how to decrypt the blockchain? And they said fucking 2.5 years. So when somebody decides, who knows, somebody already may have fucking decided
To go mine the rest.
to take that shit. I don't think anybody has access to those chips, but as soon as those chips become accessible to people to be able to build quantum computers and do things like that,
$132 a coin it was.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Damn,
I was gonna
Scotty.
say 160. I had 160 in my head.
yeah.
I had 160 in
That's
my head, but it
crazy.
was 132 that day that he got busted.
That's crazy.
And I'm gonna look up the price on October 2nd and see what it did.
So that's a great point that you just made. But like, all right, it's a few people that took their like NFL stars, NBA players that took their salary in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And they got it when it was like 40,000, and because they took their salary then what it's at now, they kind of like 10 times their salary.
Yeah.
So imagine a world where you accept Bitcoin at your store, but there's a cap. Say we're only gonna we're gonna accept Bitcoin, but only gonna accept 100,000 worth of it, type of thing. And they're saying by the end of this year, it's a good chance it could hit either 255, 200,055, or a million.
In my opinion,
So imagine
that's
if you
where.
brought in 100,000, pardon me.
Yeah.
You brought in 100,000
10x is at a million.
Just 10x's itself.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
how crazy would that be? Like,
Dude,
It'd be
that's
cool,
like
man,
50 Cent. He took
but it's
sales
if
of
you
an
put it-
album on Bitcoin like years ago, forgot about it, and
Yeah.
ended up being worth fucking millions. He sold like fucking, like probably like 5,000-10,000 worth of Bitcoin on without sold the albums for about $5,000, $10,000 worth of Bitcoin, but ended up being worth fucking millions. Because,
Yeah, and that's so you get
Years
like
later.
But so if you buy $1,000 worth of Bitcoin and it 10x's, it's $10,000. That's not 10xing is great when you have a lot of money to 10x, but when you're fucking, you know, the thing about Bitcoin that's awesome is that it used to be $116 and it wasn't that long ago, and now it's $100,000. That's not
that's another thing.
10x.
I would have
That's a
cashed
fucking
out earlier too. There would have been a time where I already cashed
million
out,
Xing
thinking it wasn't
or
going to go
whatever.
any higher.
Yeah.
It would have hit like 30 grand. I'd have been like, oh, I'm fucking cashing out, guys. Like, you know what I mean? I would have cashed out probably.
there's never been another asset that hit this trajectory.
But think about that though. So with this quantum computing that's happening, that's not a fucking fantasy. That shit is. So the other, I didn't even say the fucking third thing. That's probably the most interesting thing about this quantum computing chip is they said in order for it to work the way it works, the multiverse has to exist, and it's actually like the way quantum computing works. Do you know anything about quantum computing? So the way quantum computing works is through quantum entanglement. That's why it's called quantum computing. So
Is that what Will Smith and his wife, there's a quantum
they had a
entanglement?
quantum entanglement. Well, so no, quantum entanglement is when two molecules or protons, two protons can exist in two different places that could be fucking on different sides of the universe, and if they're quantum entangled, when one does the one thing, the other one does it at the same exact time. There's no fucking, like, the speed of light doesn't move that fast. It you know what I'm saying? Like, distance doesn't affect anything, and so they're saying that in order for the quantum chip to work the way it does, it has to be communicating with other particles in other dimensions for it to calculate as fast as it does, because for it to calculate trillions of times faster than a silicon chip, the amount of protons that would have to be in existence there's not as many in this universe or whatever is what that's what they're theorizing, which is insane to fucking think about. That the number of protons in the fucking universe, bro.
That's crazy.
It's not,
I need
it's
to try
not
to
the same as what this thing is accessing.
Right.
Yo, I watched a video, speaking of like trying to like visualize things. It was a video, you know, Scrooge McDuck, right? From, you know, DuckTales and shit.
The gold.
Yeah. There's a little clip of him explaining how much $1 billion is, and it's fucking insane.
It is
Like
insane.
if you laid out all the bills like flat on $1 million, it could go wrap around the world like 4 fucking times and shit. It's like, what the fuck? Like,
I heard that.
it really helps like put in perspective how much fucking money that is, and like how unnecessary it is. Like,
That's a great. I seen the thing where they said how much time it takes to count to 1 million versus how much time it takes to count to 1 billion, and it was like, oh, holy shit, you can't even do it really. Like,
Count to 1 billion. It's like 30-something years or some shit, isn't it? It's like something crazy like that. Like if you try to count to 1 billion, it'd be like it's like 36 years or some crazy shit like that.
Crazy,
Like,
crazy,
the
yeah.
fuck? And I definitely made that shit up. So if I was
don't
right,
fact check them.
Don't fact check.
if I was right, I'd fucking pull that shit out my anus and I fucking.
Nah, you pulled it from the quantum entanglement of you in a different universe that actually knows the answer to that question.
Facts. Fucking. All right, so let's think. So we've talked about a bunch of
31 years. You was close.
31 years. Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow. My math brain, son, at it again. Fucking.
Who needs
Yeah.
quantum computers?
Quantum. Yeah.
Who needs them?
What's the? All right. So we've been talking about a lot of things that are disruptors.
Kendrick Lamar.
People. That's a person.
I was just thinking, you said, I was thinking that shit. As you
Yeah.
said it, motherfucker, I swear to God.
Quantum entanglement.
Quantum entangled. Kendrick Lamar. It's funny. You didn't say Drake.
I thought about that just now. Quantum entanglement.
Quantum-
I was like, actually, he is.
But he wasn't a
He was-
disruptor.
At first, when he first came in the game?
I don't think it was a disruptor. I think it was just a embodiment of everything popular. You know what I mean? Like,
I disagree.
I didn't think he was
it
disrupting
disrupting.
anything. Like, he,
But what I
think he
but-
was game changing. I don't think it was disruption though.
What's the
Like,
difference?
there's a difference. Like Taylor Swift was a game changer. She didn't disrupt the industry like fucking Eminem did. You know what I'm saying? Like she didn't just. I don't know.
That
I
changed
disagree
the
with that though because
It took her mad long, bro. It took her
think
mad
about how
long,
many
son.
people didn't get their number ones because of her.
Now it took her a long time
But
to
I'm
get that
not.
spot.
But I'm not saying. I'm not disagreeing with that. But she got to that point where she became. It's disruptive.
I just think you have to be
Her
kind
presence
of.
is
I
disruptive.
think you gotta have to be kind of menacing.
What,
to be a
all right,
disruptor.
Nah.
I disagree with that.
I mean, you could just. All right. Elon Musk is a disruptor. He's not menacing at all.
I think he's a cliche
I mean, I guess
Bond
he's
villain,
menacing
bro.
in
Yeah,
the
he's
way.
menacing, bro.
I guess he's menacing in the
motherfucker's
way
a
that,
real
that he's
Bond
like
villain.
that he like could possibly be a shape-shifting alien or whatever.
Bro, he's
in
menacing,
that-
dog. He's a
in
menace.
that way.
He's a
menacing
fucking menace.
in that way.
He's a menace in
I don't
many
think
ways.
Kenneth-
Look what he did with
Kendrick-
Dogecoin. That motherfucker's a menace, son.
He disrupted
Just
the whole car industry. He disrupted the whole. He disrupted
The rocket, the
He
space-
disrupted-
space
social media,
travel.
He disrupted a lot of
Yeah,
shit.
social media, pay. He was like PayPal. That was him. Like so, fucking. He's been disrupting that shit for a long time. The whole fucking.
I just think what Drake had been doing had been being done already for a long
But
time
not at
already.
such a scale to where people like think about how pissed
How
off
big-
DMX was.
Or how big hit.
Think about how many.
He did walk that back though. He did walk that back.
I know, but tell me you don't know at least 5 people who didn't feel that same exact way in your own life that
Oh,
were
yeah.
in your circle that
You-
felt that
you
same
one
way.
of 'em, Jack. Still,
fuck
you
outta
hate
here.
that
My pop,
motherfucker.
you're bugging. My pops is that nigga, but that ain't it. My pops all day. Like, but nah, I let it rock.
He did disrupt like hard rap and like hardcore rap because he made it.
He made it humongous though. You have to give him
Kanye.
like what he
Kanye
was.
did that.
Kanye was definitely a disruptor. though. Kanye was also a disruptor.
Yeah, Kanye was
But it
also a
never
disruptor.
hard, the game never got hard again. Pause after the Ye era. Like
He's a
after
disruptor.
college, yeah, that's what I'm saying though. So like Drake really didn't soften the game up either.
Yeah, he did
I don't.
like-
I don't think he softened the game up, but he had niggas start singing. Everybody was singing. Like that wasn't.
I think
feel
that
like
was Ye
that's-
too, bro, and Wayne. Ye and Wayne did that.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
not.
Wayne did
how many?
that, son.
I feel like there were way more
Right before Drake.
imitators than there were.
Well, here's what I'll say about Ye and Wayne doing it before Drake, because that was back when Drake was like writing shit for Wayne, because that's how Wayne discovered him, was through writing and shit. So he was.
I don't know.
If we're
I-
having this
I-
conversation, we gotta say.
I don't know about Drake
T-Pain.
writing for Wayne. I've never heard about
Can
that.
I get a T-Pain?
I don't know.
We
Yes.
talking about all these people who got people
That's
singing.
news to me.
T-Pain.
He was the one who had Kanye and
You
Wayne.
just dropped
doing
a
it.
bomb on me, Merc.
Did I?
I've never heard that Drake was writing for Wayne. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Just dropped a bomb. I only heard Gilly the Kid writing for Wayne. That's the only like.
Yeah, Gilly too. Yeah.
Wow. I heard it, but I never really. Gave
sure
it
there
no
was, like-
weight.
But that's
I heard
how
both-
Drake- but that's
I
how
heard both,
Drake-
too. I heard
that's
Wayne
how-
was writing for Drake too.
Yeah, Wayne definitely wrote for Drake too. Like they wrote with each other. There was like whole fucking.
I think
You know.
Merc, are you of?
There's no
are you
way
of
that
the
you could-
crowd that doesn't mind writing?
Well, it's
Because I know you are an actual producer. You're not a beat maker.
No, yeah, it's a
and, you're,
it's,
and you
listen,
make other genres and
it's
you
a
understand
historic-
collaboration. So
it's
it's
a
like
historic fucking fact that like pop music throughout history has had writers and then performers.
Yes. Yes.
And it was rarely the same
MCing's
person.
different though, and
No, but it didn't start out. None of it started out as pop music in the same way necessarily. So fucking, like hip hop didn't start out as pop music, and the pioneers of it were writing their own shit. But then and forever that was a thing. And then if you think about it, somebody like since we're already talking about Drake, let's just put it out. Let's just stay on that topic, or a Wayne or anyone. Like you're touring at your height, at the peak of what you're doing. You're touring fucking 300 nights a year, and then making an album while you're doing that. So like, just think about the amount of bandwidth that all of that shit takes. You're writing fucking shit the whole time. Like, fuck out of here. You can't tap into source energy
while partying every night too.
Constantly, while performing, while fucking. Some people can. Listen, Jay, I see your face, but I also
touring ain't gonna stop me from making an album. If I got a mic on my tour bus, touring is not gonna stop me from making an album.
No, but you're also like not. So are you gonna say that you're just a regular fucking human?
What do you mean?
Like everybody could just do what you do?
No, but I'm not. But
so then
neither
shut the fuck
Wayne
up.
Or Drake.
Right, but
Wayne or Drake.
But also they fucking are doing. They're so fucking prolific, both of them, constantly prolific, bro. They don't have shit to prove, dude. They just need. Sometimes the labels like put some shit out and it's got to be the fucking best shit ever. You know what I'm saying?
Saying this to say that these people in these scenarios should seek help for their writing because they're so busy?
No, they don't. No, it ain't even.
We should converge the two. Because you were saying, like, in pop music, how there's always been writers and stuff, and like, in hip-hop there hasn't. So are we just meshing them together? Because, like, where did that happen?
Hip-hop has become pop.
Segments of it.
And segments where there's people writing for each other are those segments.
And that's why I say,
and
let them people have it. Let them have it, but those people
and the other shit.
I see nothing wrong with it. I see nothing wrong with it. I just can't. I just think you can never be GOAT.
But exactly. That's what I'm saying.
You can never be GOAT. But Drake can never be GOAT because of it.
Part of hip hop, there is a part of hip hop where you come into hip hop and you're saying, "I'm the best rapper."
Never.
Right.
So if you're gonna come into that part of hip hop,
bigger picture with Ye.
If you want to stay over there and you just want to make your party songs for the girls and all that, that's cool. But if you're gonna, and I'm not even talking about anybody specific, I'm just saying this is my standard.
Right.
If you're gonna come into hip hop and you're going to spit bars about how good you are at rapping, you better have wrote that shit, or else I don't like it no more. I don't like it no more.
Hold on. Now, I fucking you said like, how do I feel or whatever? I put out music that's not just hip hop. I cross genres. I'm a producer, not just a beat maker. I fucking whatever. I love collaboration, and all that's true. But I'm a fucking super nice ass MC. I'm fucking, in the truth, I spit crazy bars when that's what it calls for and what it's about and what I'm trying to do with a record. But then I also like my man Mike and Bass Kate come to the studio and they're like, we got this shit and it's fucking dope and I'm engineering it but it needs another male voice.
Right.
Fucking, will you do it? Like, fucking, yeah, of course. But I'm gonna tell you right now,
different.
That shit is hard, though.
It's fire, and now that shit is fire. But you're not.
Cold Wet Diamond, shout out Cold Wet Diamond.
But you wouldn't put that if we're having like a debate about like if we're having like we're getting together with a bunch of rappers and you gonna bring your rapping ass shit.
Hell
for the
no,
rapper.
I'm not bringing another rapper's shit.
That's the point that I'm making is like there's a lane for
context. Yeah.
But that's all I'm saying is like if you're gonna come into hip hop and you're gonna make that claim,
or you're just gonna be like what if you're just gonna be like a fucking humongous mega rap star and you're gonna spit the bars that you write sometimes and sometimes some other people's shit
and say that, period. Just say that. That's it.
Be like, sometimes I rap other people's
because
bars.
because there are fucking rappers who
Would you just come out and say that?
Why, like that's.
I feel you.
Come out and say it in interviews, I guess. Be like, yo, Quinn,
you know why?
Quinn Miller wrote that shit.
No, you know why? Because
especially when they're getting writing credits. They're getting writing credits though most of the time. Especially in the case of Drake.
You don't think that's deceptive though? To just
I don't think
like,
when they're in the booklet, if you took the time to read the credits, you'd see the other writers. You know what I'm saying?
But most people, they're taking advantage of the fact that most people aren't doing that.
Do you know who wrote like the Supreme shit?
Would you take a full 16 if somebody asked you
who
for a feature?
The Temptation shit? Who wrote that shit?
They're not singing about being good rappers.
And also the difference between rappers and singers is the talent lies in your voice as a singer and not your writing ability. When as a rapper, kind of your job is to be a wordsmith. You know what I'm saying? That's your motherfucking job, dog.
But think of
like you don't gotta hit notes and shit.
Who dedicate their whole lives to being able to do that on their own.
Iconic
and
rappers,
it takes away from that.
The most iconic rappers arguably have the best fucking voices.
They have amazing voices, yes, but it's about hitting notes and shit. You know what I'm talking about?
But hitting rhythm is like arguably in a track. The fucking drums are what's driving the whole fucking shit.
See, I can only rap. I can't sing, so you know the
rhythmically.
You know
rhythmically, when you're fucking rapping, that shit is a skill like a motherfucker.
You still gotta sing and
to be able to, and hitting notes and singing it's a different skill. They're both different skills, bro. There's definitely singers that can't rap for shit, and rappers that can't sing for shit.
Well, of course.
So then it's a skill either way.
I just think any fan can learn how to kind of rap pretty good, like other people's shit, like when they rehearse their favorite rapper songs and shit.
That's debatable.
Singing is a fucking I don't know. And I'm not even a singer. I'm the rapper. You think I'd be on the other side of the argument, but I'm not.
Let me ask you this: if somebody was like, "Yo, Merc, I need a feature. I need a verse from you," right?
Yeah.
And then you get to the studio and they're like, "Oh yeah, here's what I want you to do." And they have a whole verse for you already written, already ready to go. Yeah. Are you gonna take that? It's fire. It's dope.
The
you're not singing
dope?
it. You're not singing. You're not doing it. You're not. You're not on the beat.
I'm just rapping.
You're just rapping.
It's dope.
It's dope. It's fire bars. Are you taking that?
It's my cadence. Like I could.
It was written with you in mind.
It was written with me in mind.
It was even. There's even like shit about your life in there, type shit, like they do for Ye and shit.
And if you do take it, are you gonna fucking say that you wrote it, or are you gonna say that somebody else wrote it?
There's different parts to this.
I don't know, bro, because like, if somebody asked me if I wrote, like I put some shit out on a record that I didn't write because I thought the shit was so hot.
Okay.
So that I rapped, that I
verse?
knew a whole song, that I knew that the dude that wrote it was never gonna fucking do it, but the shit was so hot that if I didn't do it, it would never see the light of day, and that shit is fucking fire, bro. And I did it for that reason. So like I have and I didn't even fucking do it for money. I did it because I wanted his lyrics that are fire to see the light.
I feel you, and that's very nice. That's not what I asked you. That's not what I asked you, my nigga. No, nice try.
Like I tried to switch that up. That was pretty good.
It was noble.
Why is hip hop the only one that holds that standard?
Because we have
it's competitive.
We have to do that. Like
I mean, hip hop is a disruptor for sure.
I'll put it to you like this: I have spent my whole fucking life getting good enough to be able to fucking do what I do right now. So for somebody else to just come up out of nowhere and just try to take all this shit that I put in effort and then try to claim that they've done that same shit, it's disrespectful.
Church. All right, let me put it like this. How about this, Jay? How about that? How about if somebody comes through, right? And then they hear your whole catalog and they're like, I'll give you
I was just about to say this.
4 million
4 M's
if you let me rap this shit and sing these parts and shit. And I'm gonna put you as I'm gonna credit you as the writer, but I want to rap it and sing the hooks, and I want the beats. What you doing?
I will give them. I don't even want credit. I don't even need the credit. Give me that $4 million. I'll write more music.
Exactly, you'll write more. I knew that was gonna be his fucking answer. It's just more to write.
Inversely,
That's kind of contradictory, but I feel you on taking.
I don't think it's contradictory. It's not contradictory at all because I would never go to somebody. I would never go to somebody else and be like, "Let me buy your catalog off of you."
But
you know what I'm saying?
You feel so passionately about the person that's accepting the raps in a way, which you could. And I feel you on that. But you will also go and write the raps for somebody
for that person. You're still gonna partake in that culture, even though the culture isn't. You don't.
Jay ain't saying it shouldn't be happening.
That's what I'm saying.
He ain't saying it shouldn't be happening.
That's what I'm saying. Here's the thing. It's like even in that scenario, I'm gonna make sure in that clause, like I don't have to have nothing to do with this shit.
Yeah.
I don't have to have nothing to do with it. I'm getting paid for a fucking service.
Yeah.
That, like I said, that I worked my whole life to and I'm gonna take that fucking money. You motherfucking right. But that doesn't mean I have to agree with. That doesn't mean I have to even like that motherfucker. I'm being so fucking honest with you.
Yeah, that's some real like for the culture shit.
Who's the biggest disruptor in hip hop?
Because it's gonna. I know the message is gonna be right.
No,
you know
but you know
how
many of the people are that happens with behind the scenes and shit is like the people that are like you,
right?
That link with the people who are gigantic,
right?
And they're just like, oh, I'm gonna just like rock your whole shit, like.
I'm gonna tell that motherfucker too, but I'm gonna tell him to his face like you,
like Kanye took Cuddy's whole shit and fucking.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like I would never do what you're doing.
Like the Prince,
I'll take your money.
Yeah, Sci-Hi the Prince. All Kanye shit. King Los.
All types of people stuff. They rap on your level type shit. Like
But yo, to bring it back to the topic at hand, who's the biggest disruptor in hip hop history?
I think.
I'm gonna say 50.
I agree.
I'm gonna say 50.
I agree.
50's up there. 50 or NWA. Like I don't know.
I'm gonna say Birdman because of how he came in with that 80-20 deal that nobody ever did.
Didn't P do it right before him?
He changed. Not.
Didn't P have a crazy deal like that?
Oh, Master P like.
Master P. Yeah.
Didn't they like have the same type of deal?
Kind of.
I think actually you're right though. I think Birdman's was like another level though. Like
never done, and they had to like change. That's when they had to make 360 deals.
Yo, let's just say the city of New Orleans in general one of the biggest disruptors
of hip hop for sure.
Can we call Nelly a disruptor? When he was coming through, because he was going
like Drake. That's like Drake. That's like just one.
So I would say
same
conversation
we just had.
It was what you call it. It was the Outkast.
Disrupting.
Outkast was a disruptor.
Yes. Without a doubt.
Yep. Totally.
You know.
Today, Chance the Rapper.
Ooh, I got a good one.
But I feel like it took Outkast a minute to like really.
Nah, but they were
blossom.
They brought Atlanta. They put Atlanta on the map for hip hop. Like Atlanta was busting for R&B shit.
Well, the South
shit,
was
but
kind of just stagnant at the moment. You know, you had Scarface, you had fucking like. You know, there was guys
Ghetto
doing
Boys.
it, but like, you had the Rap-A-Lot crew and shit, like
Rap-A-Lot, But the image was the Outkast,
and it was just so fucking lyrical too, like so it was just, and it was weird.
So
it resonated with the streets, the hip hop heads, the intellects, and the weirdos. It hit so many fucking. Like people, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like it took a minute to get there, though. It wasn't like they dropped and it just the whole world was Outkast. You know what I'm saying?
They dropped and then people started to fuck with them a little bit when the fucking Southern Playalistic Cadillac
they didn't know what to think about it.
Dropped.
It took me a while to learn why it was so dope.
Aliens and you're like, oh, this shit is kind of crazy. And then it was Aquemini, and then Aquemini was like, oh, this shit.
That's when it was like,
and your mama and your cuz. Until they started bringing that type of shit in, and it was like, oh shit. And then they blossomed with the fucking Stankonia shit, and then the fucking Love Below fucking.
I feel like once they hit that motherfucking
and Speaker Box
stride, once they hit the
that Speaker Box,
it was just like
But that was already their fucking fourth album.
I know.
That's when it went to fever pitch, though. They became superstars then. Though.
Yeah, that's when
I know what you're saying, Merc.
For sure,
they were definitely hot before that.
But I got it.
Speaking of the South, I got a good disruptor.
Who that?
Lil Jon.
Without a doubt. It changed the whole sound of everything. Even changed the sound of the South. Like, it was just like, this is what the South sounds like now. And it just was like that for a while. And like, yo, a lot of people don't realize, like casuals don't, like hip hop people know, but like Lil Jon produced all that shit he was screaming on. People act like Lil Jon was just this talented hack that was just screaming on records like he was DJ fucking Khaled. But nah, he was making all those beats himself. Like,
Gatorade.
Yo, let me run that back a little because I'm not completely shitting on Khaled.
Gatorade.
I think curating is a talent. I really think it is because I see Westside Gun. Not that Westside Gun can't make amazing music himself, but Westside Gun's talent as a curator is equal to his pen. You know what I'm saying? It's better. It's honestly better. And Kanye West, curator, you know what I'm saying? They're better curators than I think they are musicians. And I think there's a talent in that. You know, I don't think Khaled's on Westside's level of curation and Kanye's, but he is a curator, and there is a certain talent to what he does. But what I'm saying is, fucking Lil Jon was making those beats. Though. You know what I mean?
That's the other thing. I think not only are all three of the people you just mentioned curators, they're all fucking.
I don't hate Khaled. I don't know. I wasn't trying to.
They're all personalities too, right? Like fucking Westside Gunn is like. He's like got that. He's a shit talker. He's got the fucking crazy outfits. His fashion is, you know what I'm saying. His fashion is out there. It's real fucking fly guy shit. Exactly, fucking. You know, and he's like, and then so it takes that type of personality to be able to curate what they're doing. You know, it's fucking DJ Khaled out there talking about avocado. You know what I mean? Like just the way he says shit, he's just so fucking like makes that weird ass face, but he's standing in front of a fucking Bentley and shit, and he's fucking.
They call her chandelier.
Exactly.
Little dances.
And he does little dances. I mean, that's like little viral moments like that are fucking. You know, like he's a king of that shit. He's fucking.
Remember when he got lost on his jet ski?
Shit.
Yeah, that's what blew
and he was like, y'all, I don't know I'm gonna make it. He's like Snapchatting the whole fucking thing. This is when Snapchat first got on. He was on Snapchat with that shit.
He disrupted Snapchat.
Khaled is a disruptor. Let's talk about it. He is. He ain't like 50 Cent level disruptor, but he's a fucking disruptor.
They're two different things.
They're two different things.
I think a 50 Cent disruption and a Khaled disruption are just two completely different monsters. Because 50 was a menace to the rappers, the artists,
and everything else too. Though, like he did the music, the business, like it was fucking crazy, man. Like,
well, but I think in everything else he flourished. He wasn't a menace. He was just successful in everything else. To the artists in hip hop, he was a fucking menace. He was a fucking menace,
bro.
50?
Yeah, he still is.
But you know what's hilarious is like right now 50 is like super fucking feeling vindicated because he's just been menacing Diddy specifically for a year.
He's fell back. He even said I fell back because he's like, yo, that shit was about liquor.
Today he wilded out.
I literally just seen an interview last week.
He on Andrew Schultz muggy right now.
He be mood swinging like a motherfucker. Last week I seen an interview. He's like, I fell back from Puffins. You know, he's like, it was really about the liquor. It was like a liquor war.
I'm not saying he's going home. I'm just saying he's feeling vindicated.
That sounds like cap. That sounds like not like full cap, but that sounds like him trying to be like, you know, I tried, but then his real emotions come back like,
he's like, fuck that motherfucker.
Exactly. Basically. And he's on some, you know, he's fucking. Feeling vindicated, bro, because he's been on that fuck shit. I told y'all type shit. He's like, not to say I told you so, but you know what I'm saying? Like, and that shit's funny. That's good comedy.
Disruptors in entertainment, Netflix, and streaming.
Oh my god,
jeez.
Like anything that, like you say, anything that just changes the whole industry. Those the disruptors.
Bro, I remember they gave me like an early because I was like a Netflix mail. Subscriber. They gave me like early access to the streaming service, and I had it ever since. The moment I tried it, I'm like, this is fucking game changing. Like,
you used to watch Snow on the Bluff when that shit first came out.
Yeah,
remember that? That's one of the first movies on there. Yeah. Snow on the Bluff. It was crazy. Yo.
Snow on the Bluff.
You never seen that shit?
Watch it.
Yeah.
It's
one of the ones.
It's half real, half fake, but there's some wild shit that goes down. It's about this dude from Atlanta, and what's his name? Is something Snow?
Son of Snow, yeah, I came in.
Anyways,
I
doesn't
was
matter.
gonna say Aldous.
No. I just watched that
Aldous
movie
Snow?
2 nights ago.
Yeah,
I swear to
Get
God.
Him to the
That shit
Greek
is
or
different now.
fucking Forgetting Sarah
Them
Marshall.
Diddy
Which
scenes.
one?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Get Him to the
Get Him to
Greek.
the
It's
Greek.
differently now,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Look at him.
Oh my
goodness.
God,
Oh my
Jeffrey,
goodness.
son?
What?
Diddy giving you to Jeffrey, son?
Bro.
Oh shit!
Yikes.
With fucking 1,000 bottles of baby oil and shit.
That didn't age well.
Definitely. not.
Yeesh.
He's
Who's
like,
the biggest disruptor on weed?
I'd hate to say it, probably Burner.
Yeah, I'd say Burner probably.
I would say that.
Yeah.
But
was
why? Like,
Wiz.
what did he do to change?
I
the
mean,
industry?
nobody's did what Cookies has done. Look at it.
Yeah, Cookies created a
Look at
brand.
the second biggest brand next to Cookies. See what they do. They ain't that. They ain't even fucking 1/10 of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With packaging and all that, he disrupted
Everything
all
from
shit.
that, yeah, and I won't even say it was a good thing. Like I don't think Burner changed the game for the better in any way, shape, or form. Nor do I don't think he had ill intentions, but it created a lot of bullshit. You know, like everything became more about the presentation more than it did about the fucking plant, and that ain't cool to me. And that's I think what Cookies brought to the table. You know, and you know they made everything so focused on the Mylar bags and the designs, and you know everybody forgot like. The plant is what matters most. And early on, Cookies was synonymous with good weed. But then they just start opening a zillion different locations. You can't control all that shit. Different growers are growing your shit in every state. Like, whole different companies, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's, you know, you can't keep the quality you had when you built your name. So
Yeah, every state the weed's
and
different.
also it just created a lot of trends in the weed game that are kind of shitty. You know what I'm saying?
Like what?
Just like you see the packaging, like these fucking elaborate packaging with the DVDs and the fucking video games and the action figures and shit. And it's like, oh, it's 80 and 8th, 90 and 8th, and this shit is some dried up fucking indoor,
In a cool
like,
ass package.
bro. And yeah, it's like
yeah.
what the fuck? Like this is not what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Give me some fucking Chronic in a fucking sandwich bag before this bullshit any day. Like you know what I'm saying? Like,
I miss the sandwich bags.
all the best weed ain't in those fancy fucking boxes and bags. I promise you. Anyone listening, if you think that is the real gas, it's not. It's fucking not. I'm telling y'all. Clip that shit, Dills. Clip that shit.
Definitely disrupting shit. It gotta be, who else in cannabis? Like, what else changed the game in the last 10 years in cannabis that disrupted this whole shit? Like,
Disruptors of cannabis.
Ooh, I have a question.
Shit.
Do we think that cannabis becoming recreational and legal in New York State disrupted the black market?
Yeah. Fuck yeah, it
think
did.
so?
You kidding me?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I have no idea.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. I don't know enough about what's going on with the black market anymore.
Neither do I.
So it's like, yeah, in my mind, it has to have.
Yeah, it's
Right?
even if
Yeah.
you don't
But
have
like,
anything to do with it. It's,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
just common
I-
sense.
I
Yeah.
think the thing is like the door's wide open though. If you just staying on the black market because you think you can't get in to the legal market, that's just you not taking the step.
That's not. It's you not taking the step. Yeah, yeah.
Not
No,
necessarily.
they're
Not
talking about.
necessarily.
I feel like
That's
there's-
not true.
No,
Because
they're talking about 5,000 licenses, Scotty, and if they're really talking that number, which is 2,500 stores, is what they said, right? They're trying
and
to.
the others will be other
And the
licenses.
others will be other
yeah.
licenses.
Which we didn't know at first. That
Right,
makes it
right.
a little more
It makes it a little bit, but still,
But it still
2,500
sucks.
stores is a lot. And when right now there's only 260 stores.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
And and you know, Will was telling me down in the city, sees fucking. There's like stores on the same block. It's like a 350-foot radius from dispensary to dispensary. So you're gonna have like, you know, concentrations of dispensaries now.
I feel like they're not focused on long-term tax revenue, and they're just caring about making money off these fucking licenses and all that.
But I mean, I
bullshit.
think they
Like,
think that if a new license opens up, that they're just a new form of tax revenue. But they're not realizing that as those new licenses open up, that the taxable base, which are the consumers of cannabis in any given market, are not that. I don't think I know of a pothead in the capital region that's like there's dispensaries? Like, I'm sure every fucking person who smokes weed in the capital region knows of at least a dispensary at this point. They know of one, and if they want to go, they'll go.
Right.
And if they don't want to go, they won't. Yeah. But opening up another dispensary is not going to grow that base of customers.
No.
It's just going to divvy up the current base of customers amongst more stores. So it will make it harder for every other store, and every store that's out now will have to be the best store, right? And that's what everybody's going to be focused on to maintain or grow their fucking customer base as the market around grows. So who's going to be the disruptor in this market?
Jungle Boys are big disruptors too, by the way. Let's talk about them.
Well, it's been a little minute, and I hate to be the disruptor, but I actually have to really take a piss.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a disruptor right now.
No, you're gonna be a disruptor right in the midst of the podcast.
Who else is?
Scotty, quick question. How come you don't think that's true though? And it's just
what's true?
It's just based on the thing where I said if you're being disrupted in your legacy hustle and you're being disrupted
because the licenses weren't that accessible,
but it's not
even close to that accessible.
That you could get in the game with though. I don't think it's like. I'm seeing people that have some of the biggest buzz spots in the hood. It's like there's 2 of them that got dispensaries now, but that's just because they did the paperwork and took the step.
Yeah.
Like,
but there was only so many given out, man. Like
so many.
There was only so many. You know what I'm saying? And especially early on, they're going to be opening up more, but like. So many windows are just closed. Like the micro business window, it was open for like such a short period. It was open and closed so fucking quick. They didn't even announce when it was opening. They were just so quiet about that shit.
Yeah, and then
it's open, guys.
And then also the.
But didn't it make more jobs?
Yeah.
Of course.
Didn't it make a bunch of jobs though? Like if it's on a farm, if it's in the dispensary, if it's packaging, if it's lab, like
definitely a huge job creation for sure.
Was just selling apes and stuff. They wasn't pound sellers and nothing, and it's affecting them. Like just go work in the industry.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. For those kind of people, I get. Yeah, why the fuck?
I definitely somebody who I knew through the studio, but like he knows some like dudes that that definitely moved whatever and shit and fucking. And that's how I knew him. As like he wasn't even an artist. He was just always with the artist, but he was always moving. And now he's a fucking grower at like a big spot out here. And so like now he's got to like he's not hustling no more. He's doing that, and now he's fucking growing weed, fucking for a big grower, which is fucking it's definitely creating jobs.
Oh yeah, without a doubt,
in a super positive way.
And for those people, they should all be trying to get in the industry. A lot of the people don't know where to go though, and where to start.
I think that's the thing, where to start.
Yeah.
If they watch this podcast, because we asked about it a lot,
just call the dispensaries, find out which ones are opening, and hit them up because they're looking for help.
Definitely.
And if you know anything about weed, you got a leg up on everything. Like One
of my friends stumbled upon a job and he didn't even know it. I had to tell him. Like he was like, yeah, like he's in that market, in that field. You know what I mean? He has he's pushes and stuff, and he was like, yeah, I met this dude, and he works for this farm, like this dispensary, or not a dispensary. It's a farm.
Cultivator.
A cultivator. And he was like, they just like gave me a bunch of apes, and they were like, yeah, just go to different dispensaries and like try to like talk to people and see if they want to carry the products. And I'm like, you just got a job by them, right? I'm like, that's not like a thing that just happens to people. They just hired you.
They just hired you as a sales rep, right?
Yeah,
did you fill out a W-9, bro?
That's what I'm like, bro. Like, you should really.
Are you logging hours and miles and shit, dude? Because that's an official job. Where you're supposed to do that.
It could be that easy. Like it could be that. You just got to put yourself out there in the right places, talk to the right people.
Dude, even getting this recording studio job I did, it was literally just about fucking trying. All I did was just sent it an email, started as an internship, But it literally, that's all it was just fucking trying to do it.
Yeah.
Like literally, it was nothing more than that. Like it was
Yep.
just fucking doing it. Like,
Believing it.
and just closed mouths don't get fed. That's the best advice I
Facts.
can give to anybody. And if you same way
You gotta
him,
be
when,
a dis-
when I heard he
you gotta
got his
be a
license,
disruptor,
I
motherfucker.
seen a fucking way into the legal market. I fucking hopped in that bitch. I was like, I need to get in the game, you know.
Facts.
And he was like, yeah,
I
like
was
immediately
yeah,
he told me he was like,
people who I
yeah,
knew
I'd
that
love to have you
were
on board.
that like are know about weed. I know these motherfuckers know. Call both these dudes like, yo,
Bro, I seen it. I saw the list.
yeah.
The day that got announced, and I was like, I saw Josh Mirsky on there. I was like, get the fuck
Get the
out
fuck
of here.
outta here.
One of the first 32?
One of the first 36.
36.
Yeah. Fuck
One
out
of
of
the
here.
first 36. I was like, what?
Yeah, bro.
I was like, I had no idea he was even in for it. That was so fucking dope. I was like,
But that
and that's
was
what's
it.
a sign because I
Yeah.
plan on moving out west to learn their industry to be ready for New York. Turns out, fucking friend of
Let's
mine
build-
fucking got his fucking one of the first 6 licenses. What?
Let's build the
That's it.
industry
It's supposed to happen
together.
like that.
That shit was crazy.
You know?
I
That's how I
remember
feel.
I couldn't even fathom it. And when you first told me that you like got the license and you were like, about to open up a dispensary, because I still had never even been to a dispensary. I didn't even know anything about any of that shit. So like, you told me that, and I'm like, but I know you, and I know we've created so many things together, and like I know that you wouldn't have even said it if it wasn't a real thing. So it was like, because you got to think. It wasn't even like it had just kind of became legal type shit. So
Nah,
like, we're still adjusting to that.
We had
shit,
bathroom.
you know what I
We had
mean?
many a bathroom session where we talked about what we were going to do with our music, what we were going to do with this, and what we were going to do with that, and definitely a few bathroom sessions where I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna fucking apply for a dispensary license
Yes.
when that shit."
Yes.
And everybody was like, "Okay, Mark, yeah, no doubt." And then eventually,
Yo, I got my license.
I got my,
motherfucker.
Yeah, and it was like,
I did that shit. You know what I
On
mean?
the
I
humble,
convinced
right?
everybody that's involved, like that it was a good idea, even though it's been great. It's been hard. It's a fucking. You never know what you're in for until you're doing the thing, and then so I've just been constantly. I'm not making enough music, basically, is what for my soul I feel like. But at the end of the day, that this shit is fucking bigger than that, and we just gotta make
Temporary
it work.
sacrifice.
Yeah, temporary sacrifice to make the shit work.
I
but-
will say though that you made that fucking banger ass beat
Yeah.
the other night though.
Yeah, that's a
I will
fact.
say that
Yeah.
because that shit came out
Yeah,
dope.
You gotta
'Cause
hear
I-
this. We'll play it for you after, Dills.
Yeah.
Shit.
We don't, I've
It's
been
me,
holding it
Jay,
in.
Ricky, and Cam on it, and Merc just built a whole new beat around our vocals. We rapped it to a whole nother beat,
And then Josiah did the hook.
and Josiah did the hook. He fucking laced the hook, bro. Like, gave it that new school flavor it needed.
Glued it together.
Glued it together.
The
fire.
subject matter, everything was just. He
Took
just
pieces
made
out
it.
our verses and shit, and like
Killed
put it
it.
into the hook.
Yeah.
Everybody on that song killed it.
Killed it.
Scotty killed it. Cam killed it. Ricky killed it. I killed it. We all came and did our own
I
thing.
think Cam might have stole the fucking show on the song.
Cam definitely.
I'ma
fucking
be
did
real,
it,
bro.
Cam definitely.
I can't wait.
Word.
Y'all right.
Hell yeah.
Y'all right. Y'all
It's one of them
like that
ones.
with
That's-
bars,
it's
No, it's
some
one of
deep
them
shit
ones.
too.
It's deep.
It's
Yeah,
some
like
deep
it's one of
shit.
them
it's
cuts.
got some-
Like,
yeah,
one of them ones.
It's a
Like
deep
mine,
cut for
Ricky,
sure.
mine, Jay, and Cam's verse are like deeply personal. Like,
Nah, but
deep-
the the whole fucking
Ricky's verse fire.
Ricky came with the hope.
the whole
He came with the
mixtape
dark,
was
he came with-
starting
Yeah,
to
he
come
did.
together.
That's the most that's disrupting.
Yeah,
Dropping an album for a dispensary
for a dispensary.
is disrupting.
Yeah, I mean, and a
Change the
podcast,
industry
and
when people
we're
do
doing
it.
content. We're creating content for. That's like what
Disrupting.
what we're trying to do to disrupt this industry is to be content creators at the same time, and not just content creators, but fucking
Media company.
media, like creating amazing art. Not stop calling art content. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not content creators, art creators,
You're right.
artists.
Word. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, facts.
Damn.
Just trying to be creative, trying to bring something to the table. My thing is, I just want to give you something so you feel like you're walking away with something. That's it. I just
Shout
wanna
out
give
Graph,
something.
by the way, on the stop calling art content, because that
Word.
was his tagline.
Word.
And we have a songograph, the two of us, that we talked about a couple of podcasts ago.
Hell yeah.
And then we played it the other night before I made that beat, actually.
Yep. Hell yeah.
For everybody who'd never heard it before that's on that song, who are all like, yo, you're bugging. You definitely need to put that shit out. There is no, like, timestamp on that record. So we also agreed that when we put the mixtape out, it's going on that. So then that's something to look forward to on the Stage 1 mixtape, is the record about... with Graph about like for us it was a timestamp of 2020.
It was. Well, that was what was happening in 2020. There was a lot of police brutality. It's not a happy song, but it's necessary.
It felt very necessary when we wrote it, and it was cathartic. It was a very like kind of, you know, in the moment when you play it for people, you can see that they get it and grasp a concept of what all of that means. So the point got across in what we said. So I don't know. It's definitely
it's a good piece of art.
Yeah,
for sure.
Great piece of art.
It's an amazing piece of art. I think
timeless.
So it's going on the tape?
Yeah, it's gonna go on the tape.
Oh shit!
Nice.
Hell yeah, the tape is gonna be fucking crazy.
Like got Mr. Cheeks on that shit, right?
Got Mr. Cheeks on there.
Yo, it's not even here.
Cheeks.
I gotta explain this too, like, cause people think Stage 1 podcast, Stage 1 dispensary, so a Stage 1 mixtape is gonna all be about weed. Like, no, we're artists. Every single one of us are our own individual color that we're bringing to this painting, and this project is gonna be a showcase of that. We're all coming through, giving different type of energies, different type of flows, different type of sounds. Like, this is not whatever you think this is gonna be. It ain't that. This is gonna be some real music.
It's a whole. Yeah, are there some weed songs on there?
Yeah, sure, we talking about weed because we get high, we smoke weed, but that's not the only thing that we bring to the table.
It's definitely a large horizon to look across a beautiful, picturesque. Yeah.
Like not just a bunch of songs going together, like y'all forming it as an album.
Well,
no, I
at this point it's a playlist of songs,
Yes.
but by the time I am done with it, being that that's what I do, the order-wise with the fucking transitions and all that shit, it will be an album. But I think we're just at this point speaking to the caliber of the substance individually, the songs individually right now that are in consideration for it are all just like, we're gonna that's kind of fucking crazy, like the whole
definitely the track, the song me and you got. That's one I'm really excited for.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
Hell yeah.
So we have like a crazy album.
That's what I'm saying. When you start thinking about it, I made the folder and I put all the songs together and I've been listening to them.
How many songs are in there so far?
Right now I got 5, but that's not including 30K because we didn't do
because it's not written, or it's written but not recorded yet.
And I think there's another one that didn't get on there. Right now it's Bud Tender.
Yeah.
Deuces.
Yeah. Kingpin.
Weed and Wine. And Clean and Fresh. Oh no, that's Kingpin.
That's Kingpin. Yeah, Clean and Fresh is Kingpin.
There's one more. But I don't have Fuck the Cops on there yet.
And the new one.
Oh yes, the new one.
That was 7 joints.
And Fuck the Cops is 6.
It's 6, yeah.
6 so far.
And then the Jada joint too. So that's
Well, that's just the beginning of one, though, right? Yeah. And then
should reach out to Jae'won for a verse.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Send him that one. Send him that version, that joint.
Hell yeah.
Now we have a few more. All right, cool.
Fire. That shit sound dope.
All produced by this man right here.
That's gonna be fire.
A Merkio production.
No funny shit. Like when they say 10,000 hours, like I've been.
You see, like I got 30.
So right, just in the lab making beats with people, with artists, collaborating with the ego out of it. Like Jay can attest. Like I don't even have Like a motherfucker walk up behind me, and I don't know if you ever been in the room with a lot of producers or whatever, but and this was me when I was less mature about it. Will you walk up behind me?
That's a freshie guy.
Fucking say, tap me on the shoulder and say, make a suggestion, and I'll just be like, okay, and then even if it fucking totally derails what I'm doing, and I'll just do that.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's a fact.
I definitely did not used to be that way, and most other producers are not that fluid, so that is a part of like what. And now then you get to a point where everybody just trusts you and you just lets you do whatever the fuck you do because you're 20,000 hours in.
Do you think that skill came from being an engineer and kind of doing a service for people? So you got to be like taking, because you're always taking artist input because you're recording them, you know what I mean? You're trying to
and also like it was a fucking breath of fresh air from just hitting record, which isn't like, not to say engineering wasn't a fucking great profession,
it gets fucking like maddening though, right? Like just looking at that fucking Pro Tools screen, those waveforms for fucking.
Just being a creator myself though too, like and not like every once in a while I'll write some shit. Like you talk to anybody who fucking knows me, I'm pretty prolific. Like I record for the years that I've been making music. I'm always making something. So I made the least amount of shit when I was recording a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause it'd be when I'd have at the height of when I was working, I was probably doing like 1 to 2 hour sessions, and I'd do like fucking 4 to 8 of those a day, depending on the day. And that shit was like tedious as fuck. But so by the end, I don't want to fucking work on music anymore. And I wasn't making any music. I was just hitting fucking record and mixing, doing drops in the beat. That's what I got famous for with the artists that I recorded with, was how I chopped the beat up. So like even if it was some beat that somebody else had that they downloaded off the internet, I made that shit fly for their verse. It fit with their so that like I just took my engineering a little extra mile, just a little bit further. I had the template so that their vocals sounded good. I know how to record. I've been doing, I'm fucking educated in the shit. I know what a signal path is. I'm not learning on the fly. I know the shit. Been doing it. So it's not I'm not learning. And I have the equipment I've invested in good equipment so I could make people sound good. I chop their beat up. So I got really popular for a while for doing that as an engineer, and everybody knew me for that. They didn't even know, like RapDillz knew me for the band. RapDillz knew the music I was making back then, but he also used to come in the studio doing videos for all the people who all they knew me for was fucking it. Right. That's the engineer. Yeah. The engineer. Fucking.
I found out about you via the band.
Yeah.
Well, I found out about the band, and we met each other kind of the same night. Because I got the grind. That was like when you dropped grind.
Grind, yeah.
I remember like acquiring that night. And I remember
that's how hard we were going though. Fucking Scotty got a copy of Grind at this massive rave in the Armory, where with my studio was upstairs.
That was my second DJ gig ever too. And like I met this moment. He just decided to DJ. He was doing a side quest that night.
Yeah, I was doing a side quest. I produced a bunch of dubstep versions of '90s hip hop shit. And Scotty was like,
and we just
what the fuck is this? Where'd you get this? I was like, I made it. He was like, what?
And then we just started talking about rap music for mad long.
Yeah, it was fucking great.
And then I played my set. And actually, that flyer came up on my memories.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, I can literally pinpoint the date I met Merc, like the year and day, because it's on this flyer.
It was like a stuff your face with bass.
Yep. It says on the flyer too, Merc and Scotty Knox.
You were around during the stuff your face with bass era, bro. You know what that shit.
Beautiful
you were filming
times,
that
man.
shit,
Beautiful
bro.
times.
Come on, we've been. Yeah,
those were some of the best times of my life. I won't even lie, man. It really was. It was special. They would pack that out for big headliners, but also that place would get packed out for locals.
I
seen 4,000 people there, man.
3,500 people for local fucking
the
DJs.
The first Stuff Your Face was pretty much
all locals. There was no headliner for Stuff Your Face.
Yeah, and the second one had like a small headliner. And then the third one, that's when they started
Had,
getting
like, 12th
bigger and
Planet.
bigger. Yeah, 12th was the first, and then
The third one, yeah.
And then we kind of did that shit on an even cooler level. The crew I was fucking with, we were playing shows at River Street Pub in Troy.
Yeah.
We were bringing acts that big to a 200-person room in Troy. It was so fucking crazy. Like we were bringing the biggest names in dubstep to a fucking 200-person room, man.
No,
and it was so fucking dope.
Because at
like,
that era, while the stuff your face with bass shit was going on, so was like Avicii, Pretty Lights, fucking Bass Nectar, fucking Dead Mouse, fucking but just at that
I'm just
time,
saying fuck him. He's a fucking predator. So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know
fuck
what I'm
all-
saying?
fuck
I'm just
all-
saying fuck him.
yeah,
I
yeah,
just
fuck
had
it,
to
yeah.
be clear on that.
But back then, that was like some ridiculously. That shit was crazy. That shit was fucking 4,000, 5,000, 4,500 people, and that shit like. It was fucking ridiculous with the lights going and the fucking everybody on Molly and shit.
I didn't notice how big that was at the time.
Yeah,
Like, I'm
Avicii,
seeing it
that's
next to
right.
Avicii.
Well,
Not from
at
2
the
years
Armory?
later, almost
At the
15 years
Armory.
later.
I was about to
I
say,
didn't
just
know
seeing him
how
at the
much of a
Armory means
legend.
he wasn't that big yet because he
wasn't that
became a
big?
stadium guy.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He stopped the world.
Yeah, he was crazy. Yeah, when,
So
yeah,
I'll tell you what.
for real though.
I got footage of this dude. Like,
I was in Miami when Levels dropped.
What's that one? His song?
His biggest record. Yeah. So I'm in Miami when this shit dropped. They got fucking trucks driving around South Beach with fucking Avicii billboards just blaring that song everywhere. You couldn't get away from it. I was down there for Ultra Music Festival. Dude, I heard that song 40 times just at the festival. Then you'd leave the festival and all you hear was that fucking song. Like you couldn't escape it. It was the biggest shit in the world at the time.
It was.
And I was down in Miami when that shit dropped and it was crazy. It really was.
He wouldn't be able to, if he was still alive, he wouldn't be able to do a venue that small. Like, Armory is huge, but he wouldn't even be able to do that.
By choice, he would.
Yeah,
He would do that shit by
like,
choice.
by
If,
choice.
yeah. Because that shit happens now. Like, you know,
legendary shit.
like big names will go play intimate venue.
Crazy
and
shit came through the Armory.
Steve was there,
Seriously,
wasn't
Steve Aoki was there. Didn't Skrillex come through there?
Skrillex came to the Armory, yeah.
Yeah.
While he was booming too, though.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. The Armory was the shit, bro. Back
I
when.
missed the Armory. Skrillex was one of the last big shows at the Armory before it got shut the fuck down.
Yeah, fucking Migos.
I mean,
That's
Yeah,
the
yo,
big-
and
the
I hate that
Migos.
everybody.
That
Like,
is
I remember,
so-
like, the whole rave community was, fucking, you know, blaming the hip hop show. I'm like,
wasn't-
dog,
it
we're the ones who
wasn't.
made the block hot, though.
Nah,
Like, the rave community fucked it up already.
paint. It was the paint party that fucked it up. There was a paint party.
What, the stabbing?
There
was one of
it
them
was
too.
It was 6 cops that got assaulted. So here's what happened, and I know the whole inside fucking story from the shit. The paint party was they had done a few like bigger shows, and then there was this outside promoter who had never done a show, and we were like, yo, you should let us run you through how to do it. And they were like, nah, we got this. And they were like, nah, we were like, nah, you should really like consult with us so we can give you the playbook. This is a little bit different. And they're like, nah, we're good. We got this. And they're like, all right. So then they fucking like open the doors at 9. At that point, we had been opening the doors at like 7.
Mm-hmm.
So there was still that 2 hours of stragglers that were coming and used to, so it wasn't creating a crazy ass line, and getting in the Armory through that one tiny fucking door takes a long time. So you need those stragglers in the beginning. We know this. We've done a bunch of shows there. We know this. They said, nah, fuck it, 9's fine. Yo, they opened at 9. There was fucking 3,000 people waiting to get inside at 9 already. You know what I mean? Like they fucked themselves crazy, and then they couldn't get in, and so it was like 10 o'clock, 10:30, half the crowd still not in, and they're getting fucking pissed. And then the security guy's like, fucking send them home. Everybody go home. And these are people who bought tickets. These aren't people who are paying at the door waiting in line. These are ticket holders, like these motherfuckers. And the fucking crowd goes crazy. And 6 cops got assaulted, and it was a fucking nightmare.
All over a fucking paint party.
And that was a fucking paint party, bro. It wasn't hip hop at all.
There was a lot of other shit going on, like young kids fucking damn near overdosing, getting taken out on ambulances. So like, the rave community made that shit hot already. Like the shit was already ready to get fucking shut down.
Yeah,
like, and then the Migos shit was just like, yeah, this shit's done over here.
You know what happened with Migos too? Kind of not speaking for the locals, but
it made national news too.
It wasn't that, and it wasn't a concert in so long before that. So there was so many people that had felt like they had to go, that hasn't seen each other in no public facility in forever.
Oh, don't forget this part. Yeah. Don't forget this part. Like 2 weeks before, it was supposed to be the big show that everybody was gonna go to. That hadn't been, because there hadn't been a show in mad long. Dirk was supposed to go. That shit got canceled last minute. And everybody was like pissed about that. And then, so when Migos, because there was like beef or whatever online, because of, there was like beef online, so they canceled that shit. They deaded it. And then everybody stayed quiet for the Migos shit, and then the Migos shit happened. And then what happened was they everybody was here, all the people who hadn't been out mad long and hadn't seen each other in public in a long time. And we're gonna keep the cool, whatever, but then what happened was the fucking Migos didn't show up for like that 2 hours.
Fucking
3
disruptors,
hours.
man.
So everybody in there was like waiting. It was like 2 hours past when they were supposed to go on, when they came. So then it was 2 hours of like a bunch of people that were fucking fine. Had you shown up on time, everybody would have been cool. We would have gone home. Everybody would have kept it fucking peace. But that's 2 hours of scoping the scene. That's 2 hours of like rowdy ass rappers that are locals, part of the whole beef on stage, egging each other on and shit. That's fucking people. It's all sorts of that type of shit. And then waiting. And thinking Dirk didn't even show up, didn't cancel. Fucking, are the Migos even gonna show up? Is this shit gonna get canceled last minute? Are we gonna get kicked out of here? And then that shit bubbled over. And I heard when they were on stage, they were like egging people on.
Yeah, because the fight night. That's when fight night was.
Yeah. They were like, turn up.
They was throwing barricades and shit, bro.
It was insane.
I don't lie. If I was the Migos age at the time,
probably been doing the same shit.
I'd have been so hyped. People were losing it to my shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't even.
I'd have been egging it on too, probably.
Yeah.
I was mad at them for a minute, but I came to terms with it. I'm like, I can't even be mad at them.
I used to love a good fucking fight. Now I'm like, damn.
But the reason why I was so pissed is because that was a fucking disruptor for hip hop in upstate New York. That disrupted so much
music. Period.
Oh my god, that shit! Like just trying to fucking book a show, trying to get on a stage.
The electronic
me myself at that point in time,
bro.
Because like I was on tour, I wasn't part of that rave scene. I was part of the local hip hop scene.
Exactly.
It was Inspired Minds. It was Fitted. It was Marvelous. They was putting on the fucking tour around the 518. I was part of that shit. I remember that shit. You know what I'm saying? But that shit just made it hard for people to book shows. It made it hard to fucking get on and do what you got to do.
It limited us too because it was like there was no place to book not the mega stars like Deadmau5 and shit, and like those kind of guys can go to the Times Union. But there was no place to book the guys right below them. You know what I mean? It was like there was just no in between. It was like Upstate Concert Hall or Times Union. Like, where's the in between? Where's the 4,000 person venue? Where's the 5,000 person venue? You had the Palace too, but they really wasn't fucking with that type of shit at the time.
You can't move the chairs in the Palace. So.
And also even like the Palace was cool for the locks, but they were definitely like trying to kick us out for smoking mad weed in there and shit. For sure, they were like not with the shits. Like
Palace.
But it's weird though because it wasn't like that for Nas, bro. It was not like that for that all that energy.
I thought we were smoking pretty fucking freely. I don't know.
No, we were, but they were like the DJ kept coming on and being like, yo, the fire marshal's here. They talk about they gonna shut the shit down.
They didn't do that for Nas.
Cause you gotta get out the walkway. You can't be smoking no more. You gotta put the shit out. I'm like, bro, damn, bro.
My boy was running Skyloft. Do you remember Skyloft? Mm-hmm. In Crossgates?
Yeah.
So my boy was running that, and he brought Jadakiss there because it was supposed to be at Putnam Den. Got canceled because there was a shooting like a couple weeks before, and they're like, we ain't fucking with hip hop no more. Mm-hmm. And I'm the one who told him, I'm like, yo, you should go get this Jada show, and he's the one that made it happen. Mm. Yo, shit got so crazy in the bathroom at Skyloft for the Jada show. I mean, hundreds of blunts got smoked in that bathroom, man. It was crazy, son.
And Crossgates
and
Mall,
Newports,
bro.
yeah. Like, yo, my boy didn't even care. He's like, fuck it. He's like, they bought every bit of alcohol that night. Like, yeah,
that's crazy.
And it's an Albany thing.
He didn't care.
It's a local small city, and I just think that's a big part of it. Like coming in public facilities and just seeing the person. It's not that much people out here. Like,
right.
I feel like for me,
be there, most likely that person will be there.
I agree with you 1,000%, and I don't even think it's just with us. I think that's part of the culture, and like that's why that shit inspired me to like put on that show that we did when I did the video for the menu, where it's like I'm doing it in the daytime. I'm not even serving no alcohol. Like it's something we're gonna come. I'm serving food. You know what I mean? We come and eat, and it's like an opportunity for people to still come together and listen to music, but it's not under the guise of like, oh, let's just all drink a bunch of alcohol, or do, you know what I mean? Like, I think now we're in a place where we can try to create atmospheres to express our art that don't have to be the same fucking thing that we've been seeing for our whole lives that always ends up in that same type of conflict and
every
bullshit.
City, actually.
That's what I'm saying. Every city's part of the culture at this point.
Knowing that and how to curate it so it could be a successful event like that. You just gotta know your culture and know what could happen and not happen. Like,
you gotta create the environment.
And not just talking to our culture, but our culture drinks hard liquor. We don't drink beer really like that at concerts and shit like that. So it's like knowing these things, it's like you curate it so you can avoid all that.
Exactly.
Just like put my money up and see what happens.
Yeah. And it also it separates the audience, because the people who are like, I can't drink, I'm not gonna go. Those are probably the ones who would be in there starting bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you don't want to come, if this isn't something for you, cool. We can still fill them seats. You know what I mean? There's plenty of people who would enjoy these types of experiences.
Speaking of that, I was talking about the yoga shit. When you doing your yoga shit?
I gotta set it up, but I want to do it in January.
Stop bullshitting.
No, I know.
All right.
Yeah. There's a lot going on.
Because I know, but everybody keeps
practice class.
Everybody keeps telling me like, yo, you gotta have Jay do it. I'm like, yo, I'm talking to Jay about doing it, and I'm telling him he should do this shit. Like, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna like force him to fucking do shit? So I just gotta stay on you so you just fucking do it.
Appreciate that.
I really want you to do it. So just fucking please do it. Do the thing.
Definitely.
All right.
Hell yeah. Appreciate it.
Let me know when you're doing it.
Word.
So we can prepare the space.
I told him the idea because half of us at the dispensary want to try it.
Yeah.
Like being his test class. Like the dispensary crew being his first class. Like
I mean, we bring a bunch of customers up here to experience what it's like to and have some product and fucking experience what it's like for Jay to lead them in making customers for life like that.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And I want to just inspire people to get started with yoga, because it's definitely changed my life in so many ways. Not even just physically.
Disrupted one might call it a disruptor.
I just want it for snowboarding and skateboarding.
Yeah.
It's because I'm old and I want to keep doing it.
It is, but that's what it is. It kind of keeps you from getting old, in my opinion. You do it the right way, you know what I mean? And you can kind of reverse time a little bit. I never could touch my toes. Like just straight standing up and just bend over and touch my toes. I could never do that until I was 30 years old. Didn't even know what it felt like. Like didn't even think that my body was capable of doing that. Yeah. And like now, I'm 34, and I have done so many things that I never thought that my body was ever capable of doing. I have to like calm my ego sometimes, because I be wanting to be like, oh my God, bro, yo, look at this new thing I can do. But it's like, that's not what it's for. You know what I mean? That's not what it's for.
Nah, that's what that's what the rapping's for, bro.
Yeah, well, that's why I made the song Ego, because now this is a place for me it's intentionally giving my ego a space to shine in a healthy way, where I'm not projecting it onto people, where I'm not hurting anybody with it. I'm actually teaching in the sense of like, yeah, I'm doing this as a way for my ego to shine because like I'm that fucking good. You know what I mean? And I'm only that good because I put that work in. And like with how we was talking about before, I'm only this good at rapping because I've been rapping my whole life and I've been working at it for this long. I'm only able to rap on my head while I'm doing a headstand is because I've been practicing headstands for the past 5 years.
Right.
You know what I mean? So now I can put those two things together, and now that's a piece of performance art.
And then the first time somebody sees you do it, it's like you just learned how to do it, bro. They don't know.
They have no. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They think, oh, that's just something. Oh, he's just good like that.
He's just
like,
good
no,
like that.
I
He's
work
natural.
towards this shit. Yeah. Disruptors.
Good shit.
That is, disrupting things does take work and thought to actually do it.
Yep.
So, like, attempting, you have to actually try to be a disruptor and have a plan.
Yeah,
Oftentimes, you're not just pulling disruption out your ass.
Right. Doing the same thing the next
Clumsily. You know what I'm saying? There's usually some sort of deliberate thought put behind what it is.
It's
you know, creating that character that allows you to,
Yeah, definitely.
And I want to let y'all get to the segments. Last question on disrupting. Do you think the first person, I don't know if they did, they might have already, but do you think the first consumption restaurant or business that opens up out here is going to disrupt the cannabis industry out here? And why hasn't nobody done it yet?
Well, there isn't a consumption license.
There isn't?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yo, all the states are weird about
But-
it. It's hard to
but-
find cannabis restaurants that are just selling infused meals and stuff.
Right. That's
fucking
the
like
thing.
impossible. Even
That's
now-
the thing. Like, here's the thing about consumption.
legal ones.
Now
at least.
we're in a space inside recording a podcast, smoking hella bud.
Right.
That's cool. What is to prevent us from having? When Jay the Kiss was here, there was fucking 25 other people in here watching us film the podcast, all smoking and consuming. When we fucking have bands playing up here, people are smoking. It's not a consumption lounge. It's not marketed as that, but it's like. So then, how do you? What is the appeal of something like that, and how do you like? I guess it's to serve infused beverages or infused, like
Pizza.
cakes and pizza, right? But restaurants.
Yeah, I don't think it'll disrupt us at all. To be completely
not
honest.
disrupt, but like,
How much it would
Well, no, disruptor in the industry. What like we were as far as like dispensaries are concerned, right? There
It'd
were
be
no
huge. I
dispensaries,
think it'd be
and
huge.
then we existed.
Yeah, because disrupting isn't a bad thing.
But correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't there one in the city that exists already?
But it's not. It's not licensed.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not licensed.
okay.
It's
The
just
pizza pusher.
It's pretty pizza pusher. Shout out.
Okay.
to us, yeah.
there's a few of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
But here's
It's fairly
but
easy
the
to
reason
find
why I say I
infused
don't
meals.
think it'll disrupt the industry is because I think those are two different customers. A customer that's looking to have it in their food, as opposed to the customer that's like wanting to get their stash
Exactly.
and wanting to get their weed for the week.
Right,
Or,
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, it's
I
two
agree.
completely
I
different-
agree.
Two completely
No,
different.
but I think it'll just create a cultural thing to do, like a
Yeah. It'll be cool
an
as fuck.
experience.
Yeah,
Now,
definitely.
is there like? Here's the question: is once the like appeal wears off of it initially existing, is there enough of a population density out here to make something like that a destination or a large enough, like to make it profitable enough and busy
And
enough
sustainable.
to be a sustainable business?
I think at that point it depends on the product.
Yeah.
Because it's not like a bar, though, right? It's not like you're going to a bar and you're having, a Jack and Coke at one bar is going to be a Jack and Coke at another bar is going to be a Jack and Coke at another bar, or a beer at one restaurant it's going to be a beer at another restaurant. It's another bar, but when you're eating infused food, it's more about the chef, isn't
Exactly,
it?
yeah,
So
that's
it's
what I'm
more
saying,
about
comes down
it
to the
being a
product.
successful restaurant,
Right.
and then the infused part
It's extra.
is extra, but it's still like would that kill an amazing chef potentially in a market like this size? Like, because there'll be enough. No, because there'll be enough people. Is there enough customers to sustain that business long term of a good meal? Because
the meal has to be
super
good enough,
fucking
is what I'm
expensive.
saying. But that's what I'm saying. The meal has to be good enough.
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask. I'll ask it a different way. How many times would you go to eat at in a great infused restaurant that was mad expensive?
Well, here's what I'm saying. If it's really good,
and
it's also healthy for me,
but
and it's something that I would
expensive.
also already spend the money on,
then
I would do it as often as I spend the money on expensive. I would just do it as my budget.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying.
And what is that? Is that like once a year, twice a year?
Depends how expensive we're talking.
Right.
If it's like super expensive, then I'm gonna.
Well,
think
about how much infused food is gonna cost because you have to infuse it. So it's the food, the cost of the good ass food, which is expensive. If you're making good ass food, you're starting with top grade ingredients.
Right.
It's already gonna be an expensive dish, and then you're infusing it with cannabis. Then you're adding an additional price tag. So it's definitely not gonna be normal expensive. It's gonna be like expensive.
Right.
But that's for New York City, I think. That's when
I think that's here too.
Yeah, but that's why the pizza pusher works, because what he does is he makes all his food regular. He brings a bottle of infused oil and puts it on the pizza after they order it. So it's like
he's gifting them the oil.
It's like he's gifting them the oil.
That's the loophole.
But I think pizzas isn't a high cost product.
Right.
But it's something that you could order meatballs.
But how much?
That's what I was gonna say.
But
it depends
but
on
how much is it? But how much does it
cost?
cost to dab up the pizza?
But that's the experience.
Not much
That's why
at
people
all.
come from Albany to the city, though.
So since he doesn't have to follow any regulations, he can get distillate on the black market, which at max will cost him $2 a gram. You can get a liter for $2,000 at max.
So
I've heard
a liter?
it for
So let's just say $2,000 a
15.
liter. How many liters? All right, so then
That's 1,001 gram carts.
No, but I'm talking about like how much? What are you putting on a pizza? How many grams are you putting on a pizza?
Well, so
it's like
if you want 1,000,
if you're putting 10 grams on a pizza, that's still like $20.
That might be too much, because you don't get smacked.
Dog.
You don't get smacked,
dude. A gram's gonna be say at minimum it's 90% distillate.
Yeah.
A gram's gonna be 900 milligrams of THC.
Yeah.
It goes quite a bit. It goes quite some ways with edibles.
So now imagine
almost 1,000 milligrams.
The same price, and then just charge by the dosage, and then start. You know what I mean? Imagine if it's not super expensive.
I'm not saying he's using distillate.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
imagine if it's like imagine it's like a Herbies, but they have an infused option.
Just imagine
that
would light your blunt after you're done eating. And you can consume inside
without having to leave. That's fire.
Yeah. So if you are allowed to like a restaurant here's the thing. Technically, you're allowed to smoke weed anywhere you're allowed to smoke cigarettes. So if you were to or smoke tobacco. So like.
But in New York State, isn't it illegal to smoke indoors?
No, you can get a license to smoke.
Think hookah lounges, cigar bars.
Yeah. So technically, any of those licenses, if any of those licenses were gotten, there is nothing to prevent the owner of one of those establishments from allowing people to smoke weed inside either. Because what actually prevents you from smoking weed inside an establishment you're allowed to smoke tobacco in? You're licensed. That's the law. How they.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the owner can have a rule and be like, nah, we ain't allowing that shit.
Right. But that's really it.
But you can't get in trouble for it. He can just ask you to leave, you know?
Oh, yeah, not even in the hookah, but like to make the consumption spot with those licenses.
I've heard.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is just to let people give consumption, let people consume inside any spot that has a license to smoke inside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which you
It's
can.
like that's a place that you can allow somebody to consume.
So this ain't gonna get him in trouble. My cousin just bought a big bar in Troy, the Pickle, and he's like super open, 420, like he has a
Friendly.
backyard, and
Yeah.
he's not shying away from letting people smoke their blunts in
the
the
back.
backyard.
Of course not,
type
yeah.
of thing. But I also asked him about, I'm like, yo, cuz, how do you like if you wanted to serve like an heirloom or something like that? He was like, it's a certain license he has to get, but he said there is a bar out here that's selling infused.
You know what? I bet
drinks
you
at they bar.
it's hemp derived. I bet
Yeah, it's probably hemp derived.
it's hemp derived, but they're still producing THC out of it. It's
Yo,
the fucking
and no funny shit. When I went to visit my sister in Texas, they had mad hemp derived fucking infused shit. Like at the hotel I was staying at in Galveston, that she had her fucking shit at, they had infused fucking lattes and shit. I was like, what the fuck? I'm in Texas.
That's crazy.
You got infused lattes and shit here, bro, at the fucking hotel bar in
That's
the
crazy.
Galveston? What? But it was definitely hemp derived
I'm not gonna lie,
shit.
I'm
but
tripping over infused latte.
yeah,
What's
yeah,
hemp
That
derived?
sounds crazy.
yeah, right?
What's hemp derived mean though? CBD or something?
Yeah. So it's like, you know, we talk
It's a
about
different plant.
Delta 8, Delta 9.
Okay. Yep,
It's like,
Yep.
yeah, it's hemp derived. It's like each plant has like below 0.3% THC, and then they still whittle that shit down to some like Delta 8 that turns into THCA when you burn it.
They figured it out. They figured something out.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it works the same.
Yeah,
I'm still
probably
not sold on that
I'm
shit.
not either. I don't know shit about it personally. I just know it exists. There's like legal infused beverages out there,
Yeah.
and I'm guessing that's what he's doing.
I'm not gonna say
Which
the
I'm
bar-
sure they
I'm
still
not gonna
get
say
you
the bar
baked.
out loud that said they're selling it, but it was like
Just in
Yeah.
case.
It's one that we all know though. Yeah. But hey,
I wouldn't be
no
surprised.
doubt.
disrupting.
Yep,
Disrupt that.
If you could choose to buy an heirloom or a whiskey at a regular bar,
And wait, and who you talking about? Fucking whose bar?
like my cousin, he's not doing it, but Jamel, he bought.
Yeah, Jamal. Yeah. I thought you. See, we like to promote local businesses on here, and I want to promote the pickle because
go,
Jamal
yes.
is the fucking man.
majority owner of
And
the
when I
pickle
saw
now.
that shit, what I was like, saw that shit on the gram, like, yo,
Fire.
yeah, that's fucking fire. Definitely fire to see him rocking with his own bar, like bartending and DJing, and just like,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, killing it, and like making sure that the whiskey pickle stays alive,
Facts.
and because he would rock there a lot, so it's like a fucking, you know, it's like, yo, I don't want to see this shit go away. I'm gonna take this shit and make it happen.
Yeah, you don't have to see it go.
Word
Buy the
up.
shit.
Buy the shit and just fucking
Hold
get
it
up in
down.
there and really be a disruptor, motherfucker. That's what I'm talking about. That shit is fucking fire. I'm proud of that dude. I just want to shout him out.
Shout out Intel.
Shout out Intel.
He was here for the anniversary event.
Facts.
Oh,
yeah,
fire.
yeah, he spun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So,
Shout out
Yeah,
Intel
yeah.
though. Word up.
Yeah.
segments.
Yeah, let's get the segments off. Let's make this shit happen. What we got for Christmas kicks, bro?
Oh shit. I'm actually wearing a pair too.
You are wearing a pair of Christmas kicks,
And
Tough.
but also
Nah, that's hard.
the Christmas
Them shits is
SPs.
tough.
you know, Christmas ugly sweater dunks. Collab with Concept. I forget the year, but yeah, you know, it's ugly. It's supposed to be.
Yeah,
Ugly
nah, that
sweater
shit is
dunks.
fire, bro.
They did a couple colorways of these over the years. This is my favorite personally,
Nah, that's hard.
and yeah, I love these shits in December.
Nice.
Yeah, those are tough.
You know,
Those
got
really are.
the Friday the 13th sweater to go
On
with it.
brand, super on brand.
I wanted the Art the Clown one. I went to the mall to get it before work today, and it was sold out. Broke my heart.
That's more bullshit.
Yeah.
Gotta be quicker than that.
And no, I should have been. I knew it was gonna be a hot commodity.
Yeah. It's that time of year.
Well, also Terrifier 3 is like a Christmas movie too. So it's like all on
Is it a
brand.
Christmas movie like Die Hard's a Christmas movie?
Even more so. Art runs around just mutilating people in a Santa suit.
In a Santa suit? Is it Christmas? Was it on Christmas? Yeah.
They're re-releasing in theaters.
I heard Die Hard
for Christmas.
is not a Christmas movie, though. Bruce Willis said so, even.
I don't care what he said. It is what it is.
I never even thought of that. That's crazy.
Is it a Christmas movie?
Gremlins is a Christmas movie.
Like, yeah, I mean, the vibe,
Like Friday's a stoner movie, right?
That ain't even the
Friday
debate
after
no
next
more.
Christmas
Let's not bring that up.
It's Friday. Why not? It's
Friday
fucking.
after next Christmas movie?
It's Friday
Santa?
after next, a Christmas movie.
Friday after next a Christmas movie. Oh,
that's.
I thought we were bringing up the original Friday.
No, we were, but I'm just throwing on to it.
Hell yeah, it is. It's a Christmas movie.
Yeah, that was better than my deflection. You barely got caught out for it.
That's definitely a Christmas movie. Wow.
Let's see.
Friday after next is definitely a Christmas movie.
Gremlins is a Christmas movie, right?
Gremlins.
OG Gremlins, not two.
Yeah.
Damn, I have to see it again. I know it.
I forgot
Christmas
it was
movie,
a
bro.
Christmas movie, though.
Christmas
I will
movie.
say I forgot it was a Christmas movie. So
Low
does that
key
make
is.
it less of a Christmas movie, or
Possibly. When's the last
Possibly.
time you seen Gremlins though?
I don't know, probably like
He's like
15 years ago.
97.
Long time. I don't even think it's on Netflix or anything. Like,
HBO.
HBO?
Yeah.
Wow,
They got an animated series running right now.
that's crazy.
Yeah. My daughter loves that shit.
Of course she does.
It's like little animated Gizmo running around.
Yeah.
She fucking loves that shit.
That's awesome.
Gizmo.
All right, Jay, you got some bars for tonight?
I said, mind over matter, grind over chatter. Step by step, I'ma climb up the ladder. Trying to find a pattern, cause my mind is kinda scattered. But they don't wanna listen anyway. So why does it matter if I spit what I wanna, when I wanna, long as I never quit? Getting stronger, going harder, but I'm barely a blip on the radar till I take off in outer space. Shipping so much records, the store's running out of space. This for everyone who had me feeling out of place. Revenge is sweet, but for you I wonder how it tastes. Till that karma run up on you, all up in your face. I know my day is coming, but guess how long I gotta wait. Soon you'll see, soon everybody gon' see. Soon you'll see, soon everybody gon' see. Yeah. Soon you'll see, soon everybody gon' see. Soon you'll see, soon everybody gon' see, yeah. All the nigga ever really wanted was to be heard. Working hard and making sure that I get what I deserve. If I fall, I won't stress it, there's a lesson to learn. Put my heart, put my life into every word. All the nigga ever really wanted was to be heard. If I fall, making sure that I get what I deserve. Put my heart, put my life into every word. Buddha, Buddha.
Buddha, 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 Buddha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little shorter one for today, you know.
Yeah,
Shorter
short.
than usual.
Oh, yeah, just like a verse and a hook.
It's a little shorter. Verse, a hook, and a half a verse.
Good looking out. That's all for loud lyrics. You know what I'm saying? That was one of them
This
ones.
goes for 2.5 minutes. He's like, kept it short too.
It's all good, bro.
Kept it short.
Yeah.
Something light.
Buddha.
Something light.
Yeah,
Just just the 27th fucking time I did that.
Gotta wait for it to vibrate though. Pause.
Word up. It's getting to that point. You gotta start writing new shit. I still be finding shit in the stash too, but I'm in the zone right now. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm feeling real good. I'm real happy with what's coming next. This project, February 24th.
You gonna make like
competition.
38 songs and never put them out?
Listen,
No.
nah, it's all good.
I'm
Keep
just
talking
fucking
that
with that.
shit
That's
because
what
the
I'm
project
doing.
is coming. That shit is coming. I put a date on it, motherfucker, February 24th. And I decided too that I want to do a listening party on the pod. And I want to have it be live.
Ooh.
Live listening
And we'll do
party.
do it live.
Yes.
Fuck it, we'll do it live. Do it live. Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Maybe we'll do that shit. Wasn't Rick talking about he had the homie that wanted to host a fucking live episode of the pod with a coffee shop?
Yes. Yep.
Those are the names, but-
Yes, yep. Word.
Maybe that could be that.
Word. I want to do that and probably do that like next month in January. Have the episode on deck. So we ain't gotta try to scramble to make it happen. You know what I mean? Do the episode before we even drop. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
Try it.
Hell yeah.
Try it. Makes sense.
Yeah, man. But this shit is happening. I'm saying it here publicly to make sure that like I can't.
You can't back out this time, bro.
This shit gotta go. This shit gotta
Shit is out there now, and people watch it. And now they know.
Yep.
And if you don't put it out,
And if you don't put it out, they'll be like, yo, that dude Jay, he ain't about shit.
That dude Jay didn't put his shit out.
Here's the thing, though.
He's scared to drop. All the shit that Scotty and Merck been talking about him.
He's scared to drop.
Releasing shit and not putting it out.
But I got the new shit that I'm working on is crazy. Like this project has to come out because this is composition. This is the ego and the self. It's the yin and the yang. I've already explained that on here. It's gonna be the ego and the self, whereas the ego is like all them hard hitting and kind of just rapping face value shit. The self is where I'm really getting deep, introspective, more organic with the instruments, more just like hearing me and what I want to do. And then what I'm working on now that's coming out after that is the soul. Because people don't know that the yin and the yang isn't just the yin and the yang. There's a line in the middle. It's invisible.
It's actually a quantum entanglement.
Oh, yes, exactly.
Yeah, so, no bullshit. Just bring it full circle. The yin and the yang. There
actually is a yin and the yang.
There is an image of two quantum entangled photons, and it looks like the yin and the yang.
That's
Get the fuck out of here.
That's crazy. Like somebody fucking who drew that shit saw that shit back then.
Well, that's because that's what it is. They're two sides of the same thing, and that's what that line in the middle is basically where they become one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where it all becomes like, makes sense. And it's the line, it's the entanglement. You know what I'm saying? So that's what this one is going to be, is kind of just bring it all together. It's going to be the soul. And the shit that I'm spitting on this motherfucker, the feeling that I'm feeling when I'm writing this motherfucker is changing my life right now. So I can't wait to give it to y'all. Word, that breathe, Jack. Hell yeah.
Heard that the other day. Spin it.
You smacked your knees like 4 times.
They strong though.
Good. Pause.
So good. I do yoga, baby. You can pause it all you want. I ain't even worried about that.
Your knee and that table are quantum entangled photons all fucking night, bro.
It's a disruptor.
He acting too cool on here because he knows what he said is crazy. With the strong knees. He knows it's crazy.
It's all good. I'll take it. I'm comfortable with my sexuality, Jack. I'll go.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
I do different things with the strong knees. It's not just gay shit.
But
there's other shit that you can do with strong knees.
It's not only gay shit.
If I said that on the clock earlier, Jay be letting me have it, bro.
Pause.
On that note, I retire.
Or, yeah. So fucking full circle, fellas. Quantum entanglements.
Quantum entanglements.
You guys can go get quantum entangled later.
Thanks.
Pause. And Stage 1 podcast, Stoop Store, Legacy to Legal, and fucking RapDillz. Yo, also, for the record, stage1dispensary.com for all of your cannabis needs, and at Stage 1 on all socials. RapDillz on YouTube and fucking TikTok, motherfuckers.
That's a fact.
Where you might see Stage 1 on all those motherfuckers. So pull up. Peace. Buddha.
I be on that OG, fire by the OG, piling up the roaches, got me feeling rosy, higher than an OG.